Yo, what's up, you guys? It's X. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys. We're just going to be chatting about how I became an expert at writing anime and video essays. So, if you'll notice, pretty much all of my videos are spot on, accurate in terms of themes, philosophy. There's also my own opinion mixed in, which people are welcome to disagree with. I'd say overall, though, I do a great job of nailing pretty much everything, understanding complex philosophical topics, the story, the characters, character development, key plot points. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect and I nail everything. There's aspects that I might not include, but the stuff that I choose to focus on, like, I've got that. And if you're listening, you might think that I'm cocky to say that, but I would just say that I have confidence because of the work that I've done. I've put in a lot of work in the past, and that's why you see this end result. You don't see the times where I was a bad writer. And even my own video essays, I'm not going to sit here and say they're like amazingly written. They're not really, because the papers that I had to write for when I was a philosophy student at Santa Clara for 2 years, the final ones that I would do, we would proofread those about 4 to 5 times. I would work with a tutor. I'd go to office hours for every major one my senior year, working with professors and mentors who are extremely smart, guided me in the right direction, and would help me with my papers and assignments. Because before this, I was writing on things like Eastern philosophy, like Buddhism, the no self, concepts like that, other Buddhist concepts like the mountains and rivers, and just in general, Buddhism, time travel, metaphysics and epistemology, just writing on legal court cases and law, writing on blame and forgiveness, which was actually one of the most challenging ones I've ever had to write. And I want to get my work back for that. I was in contact with the university about reopening my account. I still need to get it back. I even wrote a lot on like the environment, also like different film, literature, obviously like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Epictetus, Stoicism, all of those, maybe even a little bit of Marcus Aurelius. And these are extremely challenging, extremely complex topics where you have to problem solve. And I'd work with my tutor for these on maybe an hour, and sometimes the session would go over time to like an hour 30, or I'd have to book the next day for an hour, because it is stuff like Aristotle's work is really tough to crack, especially considering that it's like, or the concepts are really hard to get. And just being new to philosophy, like I didn't have a philosophy background, so I'd make errors that I didn't realize, of like, oh, I need to explain stuff out. I can't just say it, can't just beg the question. So having that and having all those great mentors guiding me and learning from them, that's really where my writing has improved significantly. And I know my weaknesses as a writer. Number one weakness is probably repeating myself a lot. We also had a class just on writing, and that was one of the most rigorous ones ever, very challenging. And the paper that I chose, I read ahead, and I chose to write on was peer disagreement. And the whole reason why I chose this was because the homie Trunks and I did not see eye to eye on certain anime things, and I thought, oh man, this is such an interesting topic. A lot of people, a lot of it's like for like a political lens, but I saw it through that, and I was like, I wonder why that is. And it was extremely hard to write, but super fun. But anyways, I could go on and on about all the various amazing papers. The Perfect Blue one that I did that. I presented it in front of the class. That's like the first anime essay I ever did, so I want to retrieve that. It was about 2 pages. And yeah, man, I've had this background of where I got my writing skills really sharpened and hit the ground running, and that's why I was able to produce these kinds of works, is because of my background in philosophy, studying it and learning from the greatest professors and mentors in the world. So that's the whole reason why you see greatness in my videos. It's also my effort too, and my love for the craft. It's a big reason. And also just, I think, life, going through difficult things in life. I'm not going to, like, there's flaws in my video essays too, of like, if you take this Austin O'Brien one, like, I sounded angry as fuck in this, writing this or reading this out, because, you know, at the time, that's how I was feeling. I literally couldn't even hang out with some of my friends because I felt like if someone said the wrong comment to me, I was gonna like crash out and like literally like punch somebody in the face. That's like legit how I felt. That was back in 2025. And this one, bro, I could not even get this out. I shouldn't even be showing this to you guys. I don't even know what this is. I don't know what it's trying to say. I don't know where I was going with this video essay. There was no angle here. I just like Edo Phoenix and his story, but it was just, I couldn't figure it out. I had writer's block with this. It could be because I was working in the library. It could just be because like I'd done my time, bro. Yeah, here's this is really interesting here. Is the Black Lagoon video. I did not do my typical script, and this was the first one I ever did. I literally just did jot dots, and so it was a good memory. And the way I talk, I'm so like over exaggeratory in the video too. It was literally just like us talking, and he's like, dude, you should watch Black Lagoon. I got high as fuck and would binge it. It's good. And I'm like, oh cool, I'll check it out. I don't know why I played it up so much, but I guess it was just for the kind of video. Yeah, and then it gets more scripty here, but this one, man, something, I don't know what came over me for this. I just, holy crap, man. I was just locked in, bro. I don't even know, like, the only motivation I had for this video was literally just, I love Final Fantasy X so much, and the world needs to hear this. My friends, random people who watch my videos or support me, I need to get this out there. I just have to, because I had such a great experience. You never know if someone might pick it up, like Blaha picked it up and started playing it, and he really liked it. So, yeah. I think of Final Fantasy X still, like, every day, even if I don't play it every single day. And I think of Elden Ring too. I haven't played Elden Ring in forever. I still think of Final Fantasy X all the time, dude. All the time. I was rewatching this video earlier and I'm like, holy crap, I don't know, I just sound so happy. Like, I should get a Final Fantasy X podcast going or like something. But there's issues with running a podcast that you guys don't know about. There's a lot of, it's not easy to do an anime podcast, especially these days. People are only concerned about followers. People are only concerned about views. People want to steal the show. They want to talk the most. They want to be the star of the show. If you watch Otaku Jump, the reason why it works so damn well is because everybody knew their role. We all knew that Soul was the leader and the host, and that it was our job to give Soul our brutally honest takes when it was our turn to speak, and be respectful of everyone's turns. And also, let there be some side conversations that happen, whatever we want to talk about once Soul's introduced a topic, and maybe we drift off a little bit, and then Soul brings us back on topic. And that was the same with 90s Revengers. That's why it worked. I'd say it was a learning process for me of how to run a podcast, and I think I'm relieved that Trunks is going to be the new leader, because you guys don't know how actually stressful it is to run a podcast. There's a lot of things to worry about. You have to make sure the intro plays. You have to schedule it. You have to basically prep for, I would say, 45 minutes to an hour, maybe longer than that, on topics. You have to brainstorm new ideas. You have to keep things original. There's a lot that goes into production. Paying our editor, making sure our editor was getting things right, because sometimes, he's in India, I believe, so it's like sometimes there's miscommunications, and but overall, our editor, it was easy to work with him. He was the best. So I did ask him to make a compilation for us, and I do want to make a compilation of like funny moments from Otaku Jump. I could ask Soul. I don't think I need to ask Soul though. I think he co-signs that every day of the week. But yeah, dude, I'm grateful for those podcasts. They are so fun, man. There was, I'd say the primary thing though that I wish I did better was like just knowing kind of the vibes, if that makes sense, because there was times where I should have just, hey, let's just keep it to us two for now. Let's not, you know what I mean? Or like, let's only have one guest. So I'm just thinking, like, when it came to like production and the people who are we gonna have on, it's just, I could have been a little bit more like razor sharp focused on, okay, we need this kind of personality because it'll mesh well with ours, rather than, oh, this guy likes games and anime, let's bring him on. It doesn't make, like, you can love games and anime. It doesn't mean anything when it comes to friendships, actually. When you really think about it, you have to have you have to have similar values, find similar things funny. You have to have a kind of a good personality match, good compatibility. People can like the same anime and still like hate each other's guts, bro. Just look at fandoms like arguing at each other all the time. So I'd say that's the biggest takeaway for me. It's kind of funny, I'm going off topic into like, I guess I'm just reflecting on this channel overall. And I meant to put something out last night, but I couldn't quite find the right directionality, I want to say, because I kept veering off into different angles, different topics that I didn't want to put on this channel, that were more just personal topics. But I guess I could talk more about my process now that I've gotten that out the way. My process for writing is really simple. For these video essays, I go on the wiki. So I don't go and watch other people's video essays, because that's going to make you just copy them. I will say, though, that Alexander, who is my homie, and I'm in Alexander's Discord. I've popped into one of Alexander's Tokyo Ghoul rereading streams and said hello. and chatted with him and his awesome community. Great people over there. If you ever want to watch some video essays, I highly recommend checking out AJ's channel, and also King Recon, who I said hello to. I've spoken to multiple times, and he's a great dude. So, I really do appreciate those guys. I have zero interest in things like, well, I wouldn't say I have zero interest. I would give them a shot maybe down the line, right? But not currently. Like, I'm not into like trail games or trial games. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. Or like Xenoblade, but hearing their experiences on it and how much they love it, their passion, how much it changed their life. I love hearing that stuff, man. And then of course there's a lot I have in common with them. Like, we all love Nana, we all love Bleach, we all think Orihime is a really well written character, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, there's more, obviously, like Berserk, like One Piece, and just Naruto, and like we have the same like kind of reverence, and I would say that's kind of how it is with myself and a lot of my other friends who are involved in the anime community. I noticed there's this common just reverence and appreciation and just like a love for the art and the authors and the message that the art is conveying. So, so where was I going with this? So AJ, I watched a lot of his videos through, I'd say, starting in maybe, geez, I have no idea when I start. Maybe it could be as early as 2020, because I did watch some dabble in like YouTube content. I was mainly watching anime music videos though back in those days, but I want to say, yeah, 2020, maybe 2021 is when and I listen to his videos all the time, and I'd say I have a very different style than AJ. However, it's also similar, and my work's definitely, I took some inspiration for sure from bro. So, kind of having that reference point is super helpful. If you look at like, even like 90s Revengers, for example, was extremely like inspired off of Otaku Jump. Like, that was our kind of our reference point, and then we put our own spin on it, did things our own way. Similar to me with my video essays, and just like I'd say like AJ's videos were just like a huge help in kind of giving me like okay, nice, oh, okay. Of course I've seen like Naruto Explained, who's also, by the way, in Soul's Discord. I've watched his videos since like maybe like 2015, 2016, 2014, maybe even. I don't know, maybe even earlier than that. I'm not sure. Swag Kage. Obviously, when Mespy started commenting on my stuff, I started, and we started collabing on our DPP videos. I would check out Mespy's videos, and I loved his kind of enthusiasm. So, like, yeah, I mean, there's like a very select few people. I mean, obviously, like Naruto Explained and Swag Kage, I'm not inspired from at all. I'd say there's just some of the people that I watched. BDA Law, someone that I watched a lot. JD Legend, I love his content. Him and Recon's podcast is great. But yeah, man, I think, a lot of this stuff, it's just, I try to find a niche that needs to be filled and hit the ground hard, hit the pavement hard. I don't care about views. If you notice that, I just care about making art that's from the heart. Bars. I could easily just churn out Hunter x Hunter video essays and Naruto ones or JJK ones and probably get more views, but I'd rather make videos on GX, because there isn't much video essays on GX, and I think it has an amazing story, and the story affected me on a great level. So I thought, hey, this is great. Why not do this? And with the Valorant montages, bro, I actually was considering like stopping it, because I'm like, geez, I don't know, like, nobody watches these really. The pros that do these are much better. Like, what's the point in me making them? And then, like, Trunks was like, yo, you should keep making those, bro. I really enjoy watching them. And he doesn't even give two craps about Valorant, doesn't give a crap about gaming. There's certain games he enjoys, but overall, he does not game that much. I still need to ask Trunks about, bro, it's been how many years since I gave him my PC? It's been fucking 2 years almost. No, it's been about a year and a half, I would say. It's been a year and a half, probably, or a year and 4 months. I gave this dude my PC. I still haven't asked him his experience on it. I still haven't asked him if he has Steam, if he wants to be friends on Steam. That's completely gone over my head. There's so much going on recently with work, with the travel plans, with just different friends, different events. It's so much going on, man. And it's kind of funny because I remember in 2025 when I was really just shut down from everything. You know, there's nobody texting my phone, phone, empty everything, bro. Just myself and my thoughts, and just going on walks, a lot of walks, a lot of YouTube videos, and I won't even tell you guys what kind of videos that I was watching because I don't want to tell you. But then the second half came where I was dating and it's just like, it's silly. I don't know. It's all just silly, man. I don't know what to say. The changes that life has and life offers are very amazing. And something I always said was the pendulum will swing. And, what does that mean? And what am I referring to exactly? That's up for you guys what you want to decide for your life. But I guess what I'll say in a general sense is that if there's like a chapter of your life where it's dark and you are going through a lot and it's tough and you're going through some serious battles, fighting some demons, things aren't always going to be that way. You have to wait for your turn. Your turn will come. Everyone's turn is going to come. Be patient and be strong, because it's through that fire that you're going to build that confidence and that strength to be ready. It's not easy, man. It's never easy. Never was easy. Never's going to be easy. Never going to be easy. It's always going to be tough, no matter what, no matter who's supporting you, no matter, you could get all the support in the world. You get all the gifts, all of the praise, all of the clout you want, all the material possessions you want. It's not going to change the fact that life is hard and we all suffer. So, I'd say like something that's helped me is like appreciating the little things, like having Wingstop, or just like playing like Pokemon Diamond, playing PvP, learning from a mentor, talking with my brother on the phone, hanging out with my sisters, hanging out with my family, hanging out with my neighbors, walking my dog. Simple things that, because we live in this fast culture where it's like, you need a fast car, you need to be crazy rich, you need a partner, you need the perfect job, you need to be traveling to Dubai and all this stuff, you need a crazy sports car, all this stuff, dude. And like, that's the Matrix, bro. right? Genuinely, that's the Matrix, man. You can't listen to that. You're only, and like, stop looking to like online hacks to make money and stuff. Like, you're gonna make money from your connections. That's the number one thing, is like connections. So connecting with others, you don't have to connect with people though too. You can just do your, like, connect with who you want to connect with and do what you want to do. You don't have to be out here talking to everybody, trying to be a people pleaser. That's another thing, bro. You don't want to be that person. You got to have boundaries. You got to have limits. You can't be out here trying to make everybody happy and be everybody's friend. It's not a productive use of time. So, where am I going with this? Really, just I don't know what's going to happen next. I have a good idea of what I want to see. I just want to have good times and have fun and continue to help people and do the right thing. That's another thing, is like, you can't always help people. You have to just have to be a good person, because you can't always help. You just have to hope sometimes, because sometimes people are just, they don't want help. That's a whole nother like philosophical string of exploration that we could go down that path. I'm not really here to do that today, though. The main thing I'll say is that my interest in creating videos is dwindling. I feel like I've put out most of what I wanted to. An FF13 video essay would be great, though. That's something that I believe has that capability of like stumping me and making me think. It's just, and something I'd love to become an expert in is Final Fantasy 13, and kind of get that on paper, because I believe I'm great with it. I think I understand it, but putting my fingers to my keyboard, so to say, uh, that'll help me. That'll help me a lot. And most of these video essays, I never even proofread them, really. I proofread them a little bit, just scanned them. And the thing about my vocabulary or whatever, 99%, like, doesn't mean anything, because there's always new works that I'm reading and I'm like, what's that word mean? So I'm constantly learning. Student for life, bro. Always learning, always growing. That's kind of been the mindset recently, is there's always more to improve on. And the moment, it's okay to call yourself an expert in something, but the moment you think that you're above learning and that you are just better or the best or something, and you don't need to innovate, that's where stagnation comes. And something that I want to keep doing is learning and innovating, exploring new concepts, growing this channel to get to, let's give it a goal. Let's get to 1K subscribers, man. That's kind of, a few years from now, we could maybe do that. I've got my merch kind of completed. So, am I going to do a drop, though? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to sell to people who DM me on Instagram. So DM me ballout650 on Instagram and I'll get you a t-shirt. It might not be, like, considering my travel plans and stuff and everything going on, and the fact that this is how I make these t-shirts is that it comes overseas, so it's gonna take some time for me to get a hold of them, and obviously like your size, so it'll take like about 1.5 to 2 weeks to arrive. I don't take custom requests from anyone, though. I would be selling you a Final Fantasy X, Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, or FF13 shirt. That is it. The other custom shirts that I made are for homies, so yeah, and they're one of ones, so I'm not going to be selling those anytime soon, and I'm not going to even own one myself. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to work on stuff. I've got the shirts down. I kind of want to tackle jeans, and then maybe even a pair of shoes would be great. So yeah, that's that. And as far as Pokemon Diamond goes, I'll be honest, I just haven't really had the most interest in playing. So I'm taking a break, but I'll be back when I'm back. So yeah, and I hope that we can continue some Pokemon nights with the squad in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching. There's probably stuff that I'm forgetting to talk about when it comes to this channel. Yeah, uploads are going to be very scarce. If I can, I'll be going live. So thank you so much for watching, and take care.